From the 10th Annual Beaufort International Film Festival, Todd Bullock joins us now as screenwriter from New Orleans.
From Mississippi. Living in New Orleans.
And you drove here.
I drove.
From New Orleans.
I split it into 2 days.
So wise move.
Absolutely terrible, yeah.
So I think that's the longest anyone's driven. So
really?
Far. Yeah, I think so.
I'll take my award.
We'll canvass later, but I'm pretty sure. What made you want to drive 11 hours to come to this little burg and this little festival?
Well, I mean, I've never been to Beaufort. Google Images made it look really appealing. Had some friends here that I don't typically get to see unless it's like a festival circuit kind of thing. And more than one of them, so I like good people. So I decided to drive.
Right. And it worked out pretty well so far.
Yeah.
So the screenwriter's table read last night. It's not something you usually find at film festivals.
No, I was curious how that was going to go. Yeah.
How'd it work out? How do you think?
It was interesting. It's an interesting thing to see people without any direction or any kind of casting. It's definitely a different perspective to see it kind of put up like that. And in some ways it was even pointing out things about my writing that I was not aware of. Just by reading it yourself or having someone else have like a singular experience with it.
Yeah.
When there's too much, narration and description, you kind of get bored sitting there, and I'm like, well, maybe I need to do a little less. So you want them to read well and have a pace, and it was kind of interesting. It was a good case study, I guess. And I liked hearing the other ones, and some of them read really well. It's just hard to take something out of context, like boil your script down to like 3 pages.
Yeah.
So that kind of interested me, and some of them played better than mine. I thought, But yeah, it was different. I've not seen that before.
What's the script? Tell us about it.
Mine? It's called Collapse. It's based in the South. It's following a young girl that loses her family in the collapse and the process of things just kind of falling apart. And she escapes a traumatic experience where she lost her family into the woods and finds somewhat of a surrogate mother who also had escaped into the woods. And she kind of raises this young girl. And as the world kind of gets worse and worse, they get separated, and it kind of turns into a rescue/revenge type of movie. But it's mostly about family and filling in those spots. Like if you lose your mother and you lose your father, that there oftentimes are people along the way that you meet that kind of fill in that emotional slot. But the apocalypse, it's not a hard apocalypse. There's no bomb. It's just a background setting.
It's a soft apocalypse.
It's the softest apocalypse that's ever been. Yeah, absolutely.
Not quite the 24-hour apocalypse, but...
Well, before I started writing it, I was telling my friends, like, I'm kind of thinking about this pre-apocalypse thing, and they were like, pre-apocalypse? What is that? And I'm like, well, it's happening, but it's like little things. It's not like a bomb or a disease or whatever. But that's not really the important thing. I almost didn't want to say that it was apocalyptic, because it's just the setting. But maybe I shouldn't hesitate, because when I was telling other people, they were like, you just mentioned everything that I like. You said apocalypse, strong female character. I'm like, okay.
Next thing you know, James Cameron comes calling. So.
Yeah, and I'll have to pick up at that point.
Hey, Todd Bullock, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Welcome to bed.